What's up everyone, welcome back to a new video on the channel. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 5. And in today's video, go ahead and do a Wheelspin build, or a couple of Wheelspin builds. So, for the people that are new to the channel, this is a series brought up, I guess, into... I don't know if he created it, or if he stole it from someone else and he popularized it, but this is a series by the Slap Train, and of course, I just went and yoinked the series off him, and I decided to make it my own. But anyway, in today's video, I'm going to spin the wheel spin in the game and see what I get, and then I'll spin it again, and of course use the money to do a build on that. I also have a separate wheel picker thingy on like a different monitor, which I'll show you guys exactly what that spins. Basically, it'll pick a class of car that I have to build. So for cross country, for rock crawling, for rally racing, for drifting, for toge racing, or just for regular racing. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and we'll see what it's like. So first of all, let's try and do a wheel spin. Like just regular wheel spin. I'll spin until I get a car, and then I'll spin again until I get a budget. Now, I've had a bunch of people tell me a bunch of different things the last... Oh, the Regera would have been funny. The Regera would have been very funny. Imagine that as a rock crawling car. That would have been the... Oh, that would have been so jokes. I'm gonna try to see if we get obviously something that I know that we've gotten before. I'm not gonna pick it, you know, because it just feel like it's gonna be kind of boring to do the same build on the same car. I know it's, even if I get it for like a different purpose. Anyway, I've had a bunch of people tell me in the comments of the previous videos all the time. This always happens. They always tell me different things to change about the series and stuff like that, but it's not changing it for the better because you guys are continuously trying to add variables into the mix, and that won't make it random. Like changing the way the prices go, changing the way the other like wheel picker thing that off screen goes, so you know, it gives me the type of class that I have to build it to and stuff like that. I feel like it'll change the variables so much that it won't be a random thing anymore, you know what I mean? Like, we already have a bunch of variables now where I'll end up picking the car, you know, through the wheel spin, and then if I get slightly too little of a budget, then I'll try to spin again. If I get too much of a budget, then I'll try to spin again, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that, because I feel like... Ooh, okay, I like that. I like the R31. R31 is nice. I don't think we've ever gotten this before, ever. But I do like that. Actually, what am I doing? I have to spin again. I need the budget. I need to build this thing for something, and we'll see now. Obviously, with the budget, it is the budget of a Ford Escort. This is 12.5 grand. I'm gonna spin again. If we get like 1 grand, I think people were saying before a minimum of. Okay, that's just gonna be way too expensive. Yeah, this is like 80 something grand. I mean, we can do this. Like, this is still within budget. So 82.5 grand. Usually what our budget would be is around between 100 grand and like 20 grand, right? Because if we build something that's really, really low with a really, really low amount of money, then we don't have, you know, much to do to it, and it won't change the way it drives too much compared to a stock car. But then if we have too much money, then it's just maxing out the car, and I feel like that's kind of boring. But now we have a lot of money with this thing. Enough money that we can engine swap and stuff like that. But not enough money to be able to... oh, we did have a build for this thing. So this was a drift build before. I don't remember when I built this thing. It has to be a very, 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 very long time ago. Probably when the game came out. Anyway, next up, I'm going to spin this little wheel on the right screen. We'll see what it comes up with. I can't show it to you because it's really, really annoying the way it pops up. And it's just really like... It's a rally build. I'll take a rally build. That's interesting. Okay, I feel like this thing as a rally build would be kind of nice. I don't really know. I don't really know how much stuff can I actually do to this guy. Build it up to like maybe top of A class or something like that. If I'm building it for rally racing. First and foremost, we'll do the most important rally upgrades, which is tires. Again, nice and wide for the old tires, so we have as much grip as possible. Off-road. As for the wheels themselves, I'm not going to do anything there just yet. I will, however, add aero onto this thing. That is very cool. That we can put that front bumper on it, but I don't think that's adjustable, so we have to put the disgusting Forza kit on it. Unfortunately for us, I have to do that. Oh, we can put mud flaps on it. I kind of want to do it just for the sake. Okay, is there something else that changes here? There's like a little rain guard over the windows. Whatever, wind protectors, but they're like actual Skyline wind protectors. That's very, very sick. I'm not gonna lie. It reduces drag. How much weight does this add? 2 kilos? And how much does it cost? $1 grand. $1 grand! for some rubber mud flaps, and well, I guess so. Maybe now, yeah. The Skyline. This is probably a more realistic price here, whereas Skyline, exclusive, like an actual Skyline part for this car is probably going to cost about $1,000 to fit. Yeah, maybe not the mud guards, but the little wind deflector or rain deflector, whatever. That's probably going to be that. Okay. Weight reduction as light as possible. And off-road suspension, very good brakes. I feel like we have a lot of money to like spend on this thing, so I can now build it for whatever really I want. The thing is though, as soon as we engine swap cars, the budget is going to jump up by a lot, because engine swapping cars is going to be incredibly expensive. So I have to be very careful then at that point, and then obviously see what I need to do to the cars then. So now we can also, what's this? Wide body? Wide body, very cool. $5,000 though. $5,000, and it brings the class down by a lot. Oh my god, and that's so much weight! What the hell? Okay, we're not doing that. Do we all-wheel drive this thing? Yes, we do. So that's 45,950 that we're at now. Oh yeah, because we got rid of all this shit. Yeah, we'll do that. Diff again, and that again. Alright, so now we're at 53,000. Okay, engine swaps. What are some viable engine swaps available for this thing to bring it basically to the top of A-Class? Maybe the V8. I think the V8 is probably going to be the best. Or we get the rally engine, which is very light. Even though it costs a tiny bit more, but the rally engine is much lighter, and that's obviously the best engine if we're going to, well, build a rally car. And then we can change this as well. Then we can have it add a little bit more power. So 81,000. I have to be careful now, because I don't really have that much money left over to be able to build this thing even higher. 7,000, or what, 92,000 is what our budget was. 92.5. Restrictor plates. Ooh. I guess this is the most amount of power, right, that we can get for the cheapest amount of money. Like, this just gives me 29 horsepower. This gives me 77 horsepower for, like, not much more. Okay, so what can I change on this thing to get it to be lower in class? How much is a wide body kit? Oh, the wide body kit brings it down so much. $5,000 though is very much worth it. Maybe the width of the tires or something like that. Could probably do something like this. I guess not on the back, which is weird. On the front though, I guess it makes a massive difference. 225s though instead of 245s. We could possibly do that. We can work around that. We can definitely work around that. We can even give it some like lighter wheels as well. There. Yeah, let's just give it some slightly lighter wheels. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as it drops down by 5 kg. Because I think if it drops down by more than 5, or 9 kg, yeah, there you go. There's the 18s, which bring it all the way up into S1. 13s as well, bring it all the way up into S1. So yeah, we need like 9 kg drop wheels. Whatever. Does it really matter what we put on here? I'll put these on. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay. Track width, I guess this could possibly help. I mean, does it help off-road too much? It doesn't help too much. But if I do it, it will bring my PI up by a little bit. Just enough that it'll be annoying for me to... I'll leave it on. I'll leave it like this. So, top of A-Class, 85,750, very close to our budget that we spent, which is good. 3 I was about to say 3 horsepower. 377 horsepower, 1,055 kg. I mean, the package is good for this, right? For, like, what it is. I feel like I need to test this thing out, though, and see. The, what's it called? The little Caldera Scramble, that's obviously one of the best ones to try it out on. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out a build for this thing and see what it's like. I'm definitely gonna give it a little bit more aero so this thing grips around corners, but yeah, I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit as well as, you know, test it out a little bit by driving it, and then I'll be back. Well, this is my first run with it. Let's see what it's like, and let's see what I need to change on it to get it to drive better. I haven't actually been on the Caldera Scramble in a very long time. Really long time. So it'll be interesting now to see what I'm like driving on it. First of all, gear ratios, I think, seem okay. Little slidey action from there. I put like a very basic like off-road tune on this thing, like rally racing tune on it. Just from stuff that I know I should be putting on. Or whatever, the tune wise, you know what I mean? That corner was a bit bad. The Caterham in front of me is me. It's my old time that I got with it. I mean, that time is, I think, a top 100 time. Oh, sorry, not top 100, top 1000 time. It's like a 250th in the world or whatever. So that's a very, very good time. If I get anywhere close to that, then this is a very impressive little car for, like, basically a budget build. But I mean, it's not really a budget build because we maxed it out at the top of A-Class, but like we were still under budget, you know. It actually drives really nicely. It's very easy to control. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep your speed up there at the same time as trying to take that corner very safely, you know what I mean? I love the turning with this. I don't know why, it just feels really, really solid. Everything's super, super easy to drive on this guy. Everything's easy to drive? What am I on about? I was about to say everything's really easy to control on this guy. What is wrong with me today, man? A little slow over there through those corners. I mean, the Caterham is like it's an unbelievably good car for off-road racing, so like, I mean, I'm expecting it to not lose to the Skyline, but it's here. That corner, I feel like I can maybe do better if I have shorter gear ratios or something. I don't know why. It's so easy to control. Those corners are like incredibly impressive to me, like how easy this thing just goes through them. It's also just the tiniest bit of sliding and just so easily controllable. This is actually a very good tune that I slapped on this thing very quickly. It is quite nice. And I am, what, 1.5 seconds slower? Yeah, that first corner, like, ruins it. Like, I'm trying to obviously keep my speed up. I just don't have the, I guess, the grip that the Caterham has. So the thing is tiny. It has, like, no, like, literally probably weighs about half the weight of this. So I am expecting it to be very, very agile and nimble around corners. So what would I change on this car, though, if I was to change anything? Maybe slightly less grip on the tires and more power. That's the one thing that I think would be good. So what was my final time? 43.5. Yeah, I think I need a bit more power with this car because I'm falling way behind on acceleration, especially compared to the Caterham. But I think grip wise we can maybe get rid of a couple things here. We can bring our class down. The only problem is, like, I'm trying to see if I can perfect it now. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay in budget though doing this, but like to try and perfect this tune, like, that was fine. That was a tune basically within budget, but now I'm going to try to see if I can kind of perfect this thing and make it a little bit better. So like I said, grip wise we could probably do this, something like this. Like, this drops down actually, so I need to probably have that as wide as possible at the back. For this, let's see, weight is kind of important on that, so I can't really get rid of that too much. We can probably get rid of this. That should be okay. We can get rid of our wheels. We can put the original ones back on, or we can put some heavier wheels back on it. The reason is that I feel like we can now sacrifice some of this to add a little bit more power. Okay, we can try this. We can try this. So now I'll kind of have the grip. Obviously it adds more weight, but wait, what? Why is it an S2? It's literally says A-Class. And then when I back out, it says it's S2. Or it's S1 802. What? Game, are you high? What's going on here? It's like, it's broken. It's bugged out. Let me select this. I want to see if it says 798 at the top or it says 796 at the top. Okay, so it's bugged off by two points. What? It's the weirdest thing ever. Now it's fixed. I'd watch this happen. What is going on? Alright, I want to try this power thing. I want to see if it makes much of a difference now. Acceleration. Yes. 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 It is heavier by about 20 kilos, but it also has an extra like 20 odd more horsepower. So I really want to try this out now and see if the extra power will help me out for some of these corners. That was probably one of my cleanest runs that I've done so far. There's a 43.6. It seems to be a little slower, I guess, than having the lighter weight. But that was one of the cleanest runs that I've done so far. So I'm going to leave that alone. Well, there you go. There you go. This car's actually quite alright if you build it with a budget. But, yeah, I think it's time we move on to something else. It was a fun little build, though. It really was. Alright. Let's try something else. Now, next up is going to be a little bit more different. I feel like we're going to probably get some more money for our builds this time around, but I am going to go with the super wheel spins. Plus, in the super wheel spins, it's a higher chance of you getting something, like, I guess, more expensive and rare in terms of cars. There is a chance. That doesn't mean I will, but there is a chance that we could get something stupid. A BMW Z3M with pretty much an unlimited budget. Have we done a build on the BMW Z3M? I really want to say yes, because in my mind it feels like we have, but it's pretty much an unlimited budget. We haven't done a build on the BMW Z3M with pretty much an unlimited budget. I wonder what we have to build this car for. I really do. I mean, unlimited budget means like whatever, like 100 grand or whatever. I do actually like having a build with an unlimited budget instead of, you know, very, very low budget. The thing is, though, I'm still gonna build it to the top of some class, right? I'm not gonna be building this thing for like really, really high up in class, but like, yeah, I think an unlimited budget is quite nice. It gives me the freedom, you know what I mean? All right, now for the spin. Let's press it. Let's spin it. Come on, give me something good. Give me something fun. It's for regular racing. Now, regular racing means I either bring it out racing in rivals, or I can build this thing up for something and take it out in open racing. The thing is, though, like I said, it is an unlimited budget, but I mean, how well can I build this thing in terms, like, because of what it is for rivals? Oh god, I don't know, like, what am I gonna do to this guy? I feel like we can have quite a lot of options with this thing. Like I said, a lot of power can be squeezed out of this car. Maybe bring it up to the top of S1, or maybe, I don't know if we can do S2, but definitely we can do S1. Like, I'm still trying to make this thing, like, drivable, you know what I mean? Like, if I bring this thing up to, I don't know if it's possible to bring this thing up to S2, but I'll try my best and see what we can possibly do with this thing. So, like I said, I'm gonna try and see what we have available for this thing. It looks like it can be actually a very, very sick little car for racing. I mean, we've spent already 60 grand, so there you go. There's my pretty much an unlimited budget, like I said. We have over 250 grand to spend on building this thing. Only 245s on the front and 275s in the rear. I don't know if that's the best, but I mean, I'm gonna have to put it on. So like I said, maybe top of S2 by the looks of things is what this is gonna be built up to, I guess. Because there's nothing else. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what else can we possibly do to this car to get it to maybe like S1. Like, I don't know. I don't think S1 is good for this thing. I feel like at that point, like, we're not even, like, using, like, the majority of our money, you know. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Now let's go to this. Buy 7-speed. Buy this. Actually, what's the best gearbox for this thing? Probably just a regular one, right? It's already got a racing box in it. As soon as you change to an all-wheel drive swap, it automatically gets a racing box. Like a fully adjustable transmission. So, might as well just leave that in. It's now a 6-speed. I mean, I'll max this thing out just to see. So yeah, it brings it all the way up into S2. Like this. I mean, any more power than this and it's just, I feel like it's just a waste. Oh my god, bro. Right, 1,200 horsepower in this thing. Bro, this is not going to be able to handle the grip. The tires are not wide enough to handle the grip of this thing. How am I going to handle this? Seriously. How is it possible that I'll be able to handle this thing? I might try for a hill climb event instead of racing it online, because I feel like online I'm just going to get absolutely whooped by everybody, because they're all just going to use like meta cars and stuff, you know, so what's the point? I feel like on a hill climb at least the power is usable, right? So I feel like I should probably test it out there and use it there. Alright, anyway, let's stretch my gears out because they're very, very short. That's the thing though, as soon as you get this transmission, you have to bring this thing all the way up to speed. And my first gear is incredibly long, so I need to mess around with that. Anyway, I need to do some stuff to this thing. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, the builder... Jesus! That caught me off guard. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my god, the acceleration and the braking is immense on this thing. It's just the handling that's not there. I knew for a fact that the front end grip was just not going to be enough for this power. So I need to be very careful with that. Well, I'm going to go obviously and try this thing like I said on the hill climb, because I feel like the hill climb could possibly be the best choice for this car. If I bring this thing anywhere else, it's going to definitely give me some stupid races, especially if I try to do anything online. It's going to give me some dumb races where like I'm just going to be at a disadvantage immediately, you know? So I feel like at this point I should probably be able to just play offline, play on like a rival event like this, and try it out like this. It's just not gonna go well. I just know it isn't. I really, really know it isn't. That front end just does not have enough grip. Those front tires are just not wide enough. But like I had to use the majority of my budget, right? That's the point. Now it's not even coming down to the actual performance of the car. It's coming down to like my, I guess, my ability to try and stop this thing from understeering. Oh my god. Oh my god, I had to start that again. Wait, let me change my... Okay, there we go. I want to change my view, because I was driving around in cockpit at the beginning. I was trying to press like multiple buttons at once, and I accidentally went past what I want. At least the one thing I can count on is the brakes. Oh my god, bro. There's no grip with these tires, man. It's putting the FXXK to shame on acceleration, but my god. Oh my god, it's so fast. Okay. Very careful. Very careful on acceleration. This would be so much easier to drive with less power. This is terrible in S2. I feel like it's going to be terrible in S1 as well. I mean, you just get rid of a little bit of power, but... Why only 245s in the front, man? Look, I'm trying to turn in. Oh my god, I was so close. I'm trying to turn in, and it's just not doing it. And it's not my tune, because... It's not my tune, because I made it so it actually should make it much more agile and try to get it to, like, not oversteer by stepping the back up, but oversteer by pulling the front in tighter. But It's just a no-go with this car. It just really... Bro, it just doesn't turn in. There is no front-end grip with this car. That is insane. I'm kind of disappointed because I honestly felt like this car, like it's such a cool little platform. Like I feel like it should have been like a really, really good car for racing. I have to mess with my tune, even just a little bit, maybe. Maybe try to get it to see if I can get it to drive a little better or something. But I missed the checkpoint. I need to somehow do it. I have to. I can't just let this thing just die like this, you know? Because it doesn't understeer, it actually oversteers, which is exactly what I wanted it to happen. Like, I want the front end to just point in the direction that I want to go, and then the back end to just push me along. Like, trying to control the power is fine. I can do that. That's just my right finger just doing this job. But controlling the steering, or sorry, controlling the grip, I can't do. I cannot control the grip of those front tires. 244. That's so slow. Okay. I'm gonna try my best to try to see if I can fix this thing. Maybe get it to grip up a little bit better at the front. But, yeah. I'll be right back. Alright, let's try it out. I tried to make the front as grippy as I possibly could. Yeah, I mean, low speed is fine. Low speed is perfectly fine. As soon as we start picking up speed, it's over. The low speed is perfectly fine. I actually did make it a little bit better. It's not as bad. I also made it so the front end kind of pulls me into the corner a little bit more as well. I made it slightly less rear bias, because before I was so rear biased. Which I did on purpose because the front tires aren't wide enough, so like I tried to make it so instead of it pulling me into corners or pulling me out of corners, it was like pushing me, you know? Because it makes more sense to have a car that's more rear biased than front biased. Because if it had more power going to the front, it would end up understeering. But for this car, I feel like making it closer to 50-50 torque distribution is a good thing for it. It is miles better than before. You can already tell how much better and tighter it is. But it's not even close. Like, look, there's the understeer again. Like, as soon as you get this, like, slightly higher speed. I am braking as well, but I'm not steering fully. Like, I'm just very slight steering as I'm braking. So it's not like I'm getting this thing to understeer because I'm slamming on the brakes on the front end. You know what I mean? Like, it's just slight steering, very, very light. So it should still pull in the direction I'm facing. Like, I'm trying to put weight on the front end, so it pulls me in, if that makes sense. Even a little bit, because then afterwards, obviously, I'm going to have to try and accelerate out of the corners, and acceleration is going to push me out of the corners. And try to steer me with that a little bit, but... Okay. It's definitely much, much better than what it was before. It is better. It feels easier to drive. What was it, like 19 seconds before it was slower? I mean, I feel like this is also still going to be very, very slow compared to the time the FXXK got, but... It's, what, 15 seconds slower? 14, yeah. It's hard to drive. I think those front tires are just lacking the grip. Yeah, if I brought this thing online, I would have been whooped. Not even close. Not even close to, like, trying to beat anybody. I think this would be a good car if it was in, like, let's say A-class. I think in A-class, maybe like Golden Tollgate type build, maybe then. But, like, those front wheels are just way, way, way too narrow. Yeah, they're just too narrow. They're 245s. Yes, I know it's a tiny car and stuff like that. And I'm obviously trying to put, like, you know, 1200 horsepower into this thing. But... I'm trying to get it to grip. Like, it's not the power that's the issue. I can control the power with the car. I just can't control the front end grip. It just isn't there. And I tried different cambers and different toe setup. Same with softness and the suspension and stuff like that. Obviously, the softer front end will make it like push in a little more, make it oversteer, which is fine. It does it. See, like here, it's nice. It's very easy and nicely controlled. Even coming out of the corner on full throttle, it's easy. But it's just some. I don't even know where I'm going, to be honest. It's just some of these corners. When I go into them, like here, for example, watch. Slight understeer, slight oversteer there, slam on the brakes, turn it to the corner. See, it's fine, and then it starts to understeer. Is as soon as you start picking up a bit of speed. Like, high speed cornering with this thing just ain't it. And yes, I have messed with my front aero as well. And yes, it does help, because I got rid of some of it just to see, and it does help. Just because I don't show you guys all these little, like, things that I'm doing on my tune, doesn't mean that I'm not trying them out, you know? Obviously, I'm trying to try see how I can improve and get this thing to have the best tune possible, but this is just an ass car. Just it's not even the tune that's bad, it's just the car itself. I don't think it's very good. Because I've used tunes like this in the past for a bunch of different types of cars, and it's just, they're fine, but I mean, maybe it'd be fine for like a B-class car to drive around like this. Yes, obviously not with this much power, but with this much grip, but I definitely didn't expect an S2 car to have like this little grip. I'm steering my handbrake, bro. Like, because the front end starts to understeer, I'm like tapping the handbrake so I can get the back end to come around. I'm done. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the Wheelspin videos. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course subscribe. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below whatever else you guys would like to see on the channel. But for now, that's pretty much it. We finish off with the Z3M, sorry, not Z4M, the Z3M. It's a cool car. I really like the Z3M. Every time I've seen one of these in real life, they were very cool. The first time I've actually seen one of these was in Germany, and I didn't know what it was. And it was a white one, I think. A white or a silver one, I can't remember 100%. I've seen it many years ago. But yeah, these were very cool back in the day. Anyway, that's it. I'm me rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.